Area, composite figures. What is it? Space occupied by a flat shape or the surface of an object. Why? Helps with visualizing and dividing shapes into different sections. Interesting fact, frogs can see forwards, sideways, and upwards all at the same time. They never close their eyes, even while sleeping. So let's take a look at the area formula, which is length times width, which is what we'll be using shortly. And now we'll take a look at the steps in order to find the area of a composite figure or shape. Step 1, label all the missing sides. Step 2, separate the shape into two. Step 3, find the areas of the two new shapes. Step 4, combine to find the total. Now let's go ahead and take a look at example 1. And the first thing before we do any step is to read the question. So let's read it. Find the area of the composite shape. Well, okay, we're good. Now we can go ahead and do step 1. Label the missing side lengths, which we have done just now with the red lines. And now we can go ahead and separate the two rectangles or the composite figure into two rectangles so it is easier to see and find the areas of those two rectangles. So now let's go ahead and find the missing sides. So now we've moved the white rectangle from the bottom to the top. The reason why we did that is because of properties of rectangles, which is right here. Opposite sides are equal. So we know that 4, which is this length, plus the red one is going to give me 11. Okay, so once again, opposite sides are equal. So 4 plus something is 11, and that something is 7 centimeters. Now we can bring the white one down, and now we need to find the other missing side length, and we can use the orange one to help us. So now we've moved the orange one from the left to the right, and once again we know this one, which is 7, and we do not know the red line yet, but we do know opposite sides are equal, and we know when we add these two together we get 10. So now we can do 7 plus something is equal to 10, and that something is 3 centimeters. And now we can move the orange rectangle back, and now we can go ahead and separate the two rectangles into a little bit further apart so we can find the areas of each one. Now let's find the area of the orange one, which is 10 times 4, which is 40. And now we can find the area of the white one, which is 7 times 3, which is 21. Combine them and you get 40 plus 21, which is 61 centimeters squared. Now you may be wondering, what happens if I separate it the other way, not horizontally but vertically? Well, let's see. We still get 61 centimeters squared, but in this case, the areas of the orange and white rectangles are different. So the area for the orange one is 7 times 4 is 28. And the area for the white one is 11 times 3, which is 33. And we combine them, and you still get 61. Now let's take a look at the next one. Same question. Find the area of the composite shape. So we're good to go. And now we can do step 1 and label the missing sides. Now we're going to go ahead and separate them. And now we can go ahead and find the missing side lengths. And we can we move the orange one from the left to the right, and by remembering opposite sides are equal, so this red line plus 3 is equal to 7, and that is going to be 4 centimeters. We move it back, and now we can move the white rectangle up so that we can find that 2, which is this side length, and 6, which is this one, is equal to the bottom, because once again opposite sides are equal. And then we combine them, and you get 8 centimeters. Bring it back down. We have found all the missing side lengths, and now we can go ahead and separate them into the two different rectangles to make it easier to find the areas of each. So let's find the area of the orange one, which is 4 times 2, which is 8. Now we can find the area of the white one, which is 8 times 3, which is 24. Combine them, and you get 32 centimeters squared. Now you may be wondering, what happens if we separate it the other way? Well, in this case, you still get 32, like in every case, but the areas of the smaller rectangles are different. For instance, the orange one is now 14 because 7 times 2, and the white one is 6 times 3, which is 18. And also, as you can see, we didn't have to find any missing side lengths in this case, So when you do questions like this, or really any math questions, you should take a breath and make a plan of action and see which one is the best course to do. Okay, now let's take a look at example 3. As you can see now, step 4 has changed. So we're going to find the area of this figure in a different way. So first things first, step 1, label all the missing sides, separate it into 2 shapes, and now we need to find the missing links to help define the areas. So let's go ahead and move the white piece up so that we can then find the area of this side length, which is 4, this one, which is 6, so that we can find the bottom one, which is going to give me 10 centimeters, and we can then find, now we can find the last missing piece. So we're going to move the orange one from the left to here, so that the red line plus 5 is equal to 12, and the missing part is going to be 7 centimeters, and we can go ahead and bring it back. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit different. Instead of separating them into 2, we're going to go ahead and find the area of this green rectangle. Okay? So when you do that, we're finding the area of the whole thing, which is the orange, the white, and the third rectangle. Okay, and then we still need to find the area of this rectangle here that's gray. And now we can go ahead and find the area of the green one, which is 12 times 10, which is 120. And now we find the area of the gray one, which is 7 times 6, which is 42. And now we're going to go ahead and subtract. Why are we subtracting? Because we need to find the area that is left over. So right now we added this area back in, and now we need to subtract that area so we only find the orange one and the white one. And 120 minus 42 is 78 centimeters. Now let's take a look at it if we did it the previous way. So we separated it, and now we can find the area of the orange rectangle, which is 12 times 4, which is 48. The area of the white one, which is 6 times 5, which is 30. Combine them, and you get 78 centimeters squared. So either way, if you do it vertically or horizontally by separating them, you'll get the same answer. And if you find the area of the whole rectangle minus the area that you added, you'll still get the same answer. Now it is your turn, so go ahead and pause the video so you can take your time to answer these 2 questions, and I will show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. Here you have it. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, there's always tomorrow.